Did you know that there is a place in China where the mountains touch the sky and people live at an altitude of over 3,000 meters? That's right, we're talking about Tashkurgan, a charming little town in the Xinjiang province. Imagine living on top of the world, surrounded by stunning landscapes, beautiful women, and mountains that look like they're straight out of an epic film. Tashkurgan is located right on the border with several countries such as Afghanistan, Tajikistan, Kyrgyzstan, and Pakistan. Yes, it's a true cultural crossroads. This region is so special that even the name Xinjiang means new frontiers. But don't worry, this frontier is not just geographical, it also carries centuries of history, mixing traditions and cultures that you can't even imagine. Now, if you think that's all, hold on tight. Tashkurgan is a city with one of the clearest skies in the world, perfect for those who love stargazing. Can you imagine what it's like to live so close to the clouds? This makes the region not only a geographical paradise, but also a place full of stories to tell.
Xinjiang is one of the most fascinating places in China because no less than 9 different ethnic groups live there. It is so diverse that it seems like a true cultural mosaic. Among the largest communities are the Uyghurs, Kazakhs, Han, and, of course, our protagonists here, the Tajiks. But wait a minute, did you know that the Tajiks are one of the smallest groups on this list? And yet, they carry an impressive cultural richness. Each ethnic group in Xinjiang has its own language, traditions, and cuisine. The Uyghurs, for example, speak a Turkic language and have a culture very similar to that of Central Asian countries, while the Han represent the majority in China and have brought influences from the rest of the country. It is as if Xinjiang were a kind of bridge that connects the East with the West. Now, here's a fun fact that will leave you speechless. While many groups in Xinjiang have a more Asian appearance, Tajiks have very different features, with fair skin and eyes that can be green or blue. It's as if the region is a big melting pot where each group brings a unique flavor to the mix. Unlike the image we have of Chinese people with Asian features, the Tajiks living in Xinjiang seem to have come from another world. With fair skin, blue or green eyes, and straight dark hair, they carry a genetic heritage that connects them more to the peoples of the Caucasus and Persia than to their neighbors in East Asia. It is like finding a rare jewel in a chest full of cultural treasures. The language that the Tajiks speak is Sarakoli, a very distinct minority language used only within their community. Even so, they are true polyglots because they also communicate in Uyghur, Mandarin, and even in some languages of neighboring countries, such as Kyrgyz. This linguistic diversity shows how they are connected to the past and the present, mixing cultures as if they were pieces of a single puzzle. And do you know what is most fascinating? Despite being a minority, with an estimated population of only 33,000 people in China, they have such a strong identity that they leave an unforgettable impression on those who meet them. It is no wonder that its traditions and natural beauty attract the attention of everyone around.
The Tajiks have a rich and spiritually twisted history. In the past, their ancestors practiced very different religions, such as Zoroastrianism, which worshipped fire and natural phenomena, and even Buddhism. Imagine a time when reverence for nature was the center of spiritual life, where the sunrise, the wind, and the mountains were seen as divine manifestations. Fascinating, right? But things changed over time. In the 10th century, Islam arrived in the region and profoundly transformed the lives of the Tajiks. Today, most of them follow Sunni Islam with a small Shiite community. And the most incredible thing is that despite these differences, they live in harmony. There are no religious conflicts here. Everything is based on respect and unity.
Another thing that draws attention is how religion and culture go hand in hand among the Tajiks. For example, traditional dances, such as the famous eagle dance, feature movements that resemble the flight of an eagle, connecting the spiritual with the beauty of nature. These traditions have been preserved for centuries and show how Tajiks keep the essence of their ancestors alive. While many communities around the world have adapted to modernity, Tajiks have managed to balance tradition and modernity while maintaining their roots firmly in place. Isn't it amazing to see how such a small community can carry so much history and meaning? This community is known for its warm hospitality. If you are invited to a Tajik's home, you can be sure that you will be treated like royalty, with plenty of food and smiles. For them, family is not just those who live in the same house, but also includes distant relatives, friends, and even neighbors. Everyone helps each other, whether it's harvest time or in difficult times. Marriage, for example, is one of the pillars of Tajik culture, but not just any wedding you see. Here, it is considered a sacred event, meant to last a lifetime. Tajik women can only marry within their own ethnic group, while men have a little more freedom to choose. And guess what? Divorces are extremely rare and seen as something shameful. In addition, it is not uncommon for couples to be formed between close relatives, keeping the tradition alive within the family. Another fascinating detail is that Tajiks value age and experience. It is common for the husband to be older than the wife, a way of ensuring that he can provide for and protect the family. Even though they live in a border region surrounded by conflicts in neighboring countries, Tajiks maintain a peaceful and harmonious life. Is this a lesson in coexistence for the rest of the world? If there is one thing that defines the Tajiks, it is the way they express themselves through art. The famous eagle dance is a breathtaking spectacle where the movements imitate the flight of this majestic animal. This dance is not just a performance, it carries a deep spiritual meaning, connecting man with nature and his ancestors. Music also plays a special role in Tajik culture. With melodies that mix traditional instruments and chants, each song tells a story. It is as if the music were a diary that preserves the memories of past generations. And the clothes? Oh, that is a chapter in itself. The traditional costumes are colorful, full of embroidery, and reflect the unique identity of the community. All of this is part of an ongoing effort to keep the culture alive and strong. In addition, the Tajiks are masters of craftsmanship. From intricate tapestries to fine jewelry, each handmade piece is a true treasure. These artistic expressions not only decorate their homes and festivals, but also serve as a daily reminder of their rich heritage. Who would have thought that such a small community could produce so much beauty? Despite their cultural richness and internal harmony, Tajiks face challenges in the modern world. Since the founding of the People's Republic of China in 1949, the Xinjiang region has undergone major changes, including the mass migration of Han people into the area. This has brought economic and cultural transformations, but has also made it difficult for Tajiks to maintain their traditions intact. Yet, Tajiks have shown an incredible capacity for adaptation. They balance their ancient traditions with modernity without giving up what makes them unique. A prime example of this is the peaceful coexistence of different faiths and cultures within Xinjiang, something rare in other parts of the world. Another issue is the geographical isolation of Tashkent, which limits access to education and economic opportunities. Yet Tajiks remain steadfast, valuing their identity and teaching new generations the importance of preserving their roots. It is inspiring to see how such a small community can withstand external pressures and still thrive. Oh, and don't forget to share this video with that friend who loves discovering interesting facts about different cultures. And if you've made it this far, comment Tajiks below so I'll know who's a real fan of our channel. Now check out the next video that's appearing on the screen and continue exploring the world with us. Thanks guys, and see you next time.